So I'm on these Muslim dating apps. I'm not on these regular dating apps anymore, but these Muslim dating apps. So I put myself on these apps. I put my best pictures on there. I swear to God, there was this one girl, me and her were vibing, and she was out of state. I was planning on visiting her out of state. And so one day we spoke on FaceTime, and then we spoke for a few, but then I had to go to the gym. I was like, listen, I'd love to talk to you later tonight. So if you're available for when I come back from the gym, let's talk. She was like, yeah, absolutely. I tried calling her, and then I got nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then she just disappeared after that. So dating apps nowadays are an absolute shit show for guys. You see, man, check this out. Back in the day, when a man was interested in a woman, he would go and either approach her organically, either through his friends, either through friends of his friends, either from family members who knew both the man and the woman and brought them together, a coworker, some grocery store, whatever. People had a way to bring these two people together. But nowadays, in theory, the man works on his dating profile and the woman works on her dating profile. And then in the back of your mind, if you think about this, it's supposed to be an easier way for men and women to meet, because it's like you're putting your best foot forward, you're putting your best photos out there, you're working on your dating profile, and she's doing the same thing. So if she really wants a man, all she has to do is keep swiping until she finds a guy she meets, and then if she likes how he looks, swipe, right, the rest is history. But unfortunately, that's not how it is. You see, what happens nowadays is this. Women are sitting at home, chilling with just a few of her photos on the dating app that look decent. As long as she has a nice figure and she has a decent look to her, she's good. All these men are liking her photos. All these men want to sleep with her. All these men are sending her cringy, weird, disgusting text messages. A lot of guys are sending her dick pics. So because of this, two things happen to her. Number one, it makes her a bit disgusted from these guys. And number two, she starts thinking she's the shit. She starts thinking, I'm such a queen right now. All these guys are giving me the validation that I deserve. I really am a 10 out of 10. I must be a 10 out of 10. If all these men are giving me attention, I must be a queen. I must be the shit. I must be the next Britney Spears. I must be the next Angelina Jolie. So once she carries herself with that mentality, it becomes almost impossible for her to actually match with someone and give that person a chance. You see, man, here's the thing. Here's what happened to me a couple months ago. So as some of you may know, I'm actually looking for a person to settle down with and start a family with. I'm no longer doing the casual bullshit. I'm actually trying to start a family with someone whom I believe is a right fit for me. So I'm on these Muslim dating apps. I'm not on these regular dating apps anymore, but these Muslim dating apps to meet a person of the same religion and the same background as me, but also at the same time who's more open-minded, who has the same values as me, etc., right? So I put myself on these apps. I put my best pictures on there, and I would say I have a pretty solid profile. And then meeting these women on these apps, a lot of them are just trash, bro. They claim that they want to settle down with the right person, they want to get married, but then when they meet someone like myself, whom according to them is good looking, has the same values as them, is tall, is charismatic, is sociable, is cool, is educated, is ambitious, is confident, is all these things, even then, they try to start a connection with this person, and then all of a sudden, poof, they just disappear like Casper the Ghost. I swear to God, I had this happen to me several times, where these women were vibing with me, everything was going well, we messaged each other back and forth, and then we hopped on a call or a FaceTime call because they would either be out of state and we couldn't go on a date right then and there because of whatever reason. And so we would match, and then they would tell me, I love talking to you, I love doing this, we should definitely get together, we should definitely do blah, blah, blah. And then a few days later, poof, she's gone. She's a ghost. She vanished from off the face of the earth. All of a sudden, you can't access her. All of a sudden, you try to call her, she just never returned the call. I swear to God, there was this one girl from back in like December, it was actually the beginning of the new year. Me and her were vibing, and she was out of state. I was planning on visiting her out of state. And so everything was going good. Every few days we talk on FaceTime. And so one day we spoke on FaceTime. I tried calling her, she wasn't available, and then she called me. And then we spoke for a few, but then I had to go to the gym. I was like, listen, I'd love to talk to you later tonight. So if you're available for when I come back from the gym, let's talk. She was like, yeah, absolutely. I tried calling her, and then I got nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then she just disappeared after that. I never heard from her ever since. Even after that, I gave it like a week, and then I texted her. I'm like, hey, I haven't heard from you. Is everything okay? And then poof, gone. I swear to God, bro. The whole reason why I'm telling you the story, bro, is not because I'm just trying to make a rant and go off on a rant and say, oh, all these women are like that. But at the end of the day, man, a lot of these women on these dating apps are fucking trash. I'm sorry to say this, but it's the fucking truth from what I'm seeing. Even if they meet a high-value man, a man who they deem as everything they want, they're still going to find a way to just ghost them because of what? Because of all the validation they're getting. It becomes like a video game. Oh, I unlock this character, I unlock this character, I unlock this character, I unlock this character's giving me attention, this character's giving me attention, this is a new level, 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 this is a new weapon, this is a new weapon. It's like, when the fuck is all this going to end? You claim you want to get married, you claim you want to settle down, but then when a man comes and shows you all these things, and you actually match with him because you think he looks good, you have the same values, or so it seems, you vibe with him, you tell him you vibe with him, you ask him specifically without him even asking you that you should meet, and then all of a sudden, poof, you're gone. You know what I mean? This isn't just like where it's the average guy talking to a girl and he was just like, hey, what's your favorite color? Oh, mine's red. How many siblings do you have? 2? Oh, I have 2 as well. Maybe we should possibly get together on the phone sometime. And then we should talk. Yeah. No! For me, it's not like that. I actually have, unique openers. I have good conversations with them. I banter with them. I flirt with them. I'm charismatic, according to what they say. We actually have fun on these calls. And then we hop on a FaceTime call and then we do whatever. And then we would click. And then after a couple of calls, a lot of times, poof, they're gone. This has happened before. I'm not saying it happens with every other girl, but it's happened before. And the reason why I suspect it's happening is because of online dating apps. Because in theory, online dating apps are supposed to be a perfect way to meet someone. When actuality, not always. Sure, there are success stories, even with people who are like myself, who are trying to find people of a similar religion in order to, start a family with. But that's not always the case. Oftentimes, these women, I swear to God, they monkey branch from one man to the next. But instead, it's just on the social media aspect, digitally. This man's giving her attention, this man's giving her attention, this man's giving her attention. Let me spend some time with him, then 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 some time with him. And then, you check back in like 5-6 years, this woman's still the same. She's never gonna get married, or at least never anytime soon. She's gonna get married way past her prime at the age of like 35 or so, at which point no one wants her because she's way past her prime. And at that point, she's gonna be like, oh my God, no guy wants me, why me, why me? All these guys are trash. No guy ever seems to want me. Of course, because when they act like a victim, it's much more believable because women are obviously the more fragile sex as opposed to men. But honestly, man, it's the truth. You gotta be very cautious when it comes to these dating apps. Even if you have the best profile, the best looks, and your profile is better than, let's say, 90% of the other competition out there, the other guys out there, even then you're gonna have it hard. Because these attractive women, a woman who's like a 7 or more on a scale of 1 to 10, women like that, in the back of their minds, they're always going to get attention from men. And because of that, they could always just leave you. They could always just tell you, you know what, bye. That's just how it is. I'm sorry to tell you, bro. So now the question is, what should you do? Well, that is a good question. For me personally, man, I'm starting to expand my horizons and actually meet people within different social circles whom me and her would know a mutual friend, or me and her know a mutual group where there's a possibility of having the same values, and then meeting that way. Because I think, honestly, man, that's a way more authentic, and not just that, a way more likelihood of a success happening from that. Because on these apps, it's just yes, no, swipe, 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 swipe right, swipe left, or swipe right, swipe left, 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 right, left, 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 right. It's like a video game, even for guys, to be honest. The only difference is with guys, we're typically way more, linear in terms of our thinking, which means like we know exactly what we want, we know what we're looking for. But instead with women, a lot of times they're all over the place. They could say one thing, and at the end of the day, that thing doesn't mean shit, bro. I'm sorry to say this. You can have a girl hitting on you even from one of these dating apps. After you match and after you talked a few times, she'll be commenting on your Instagram stories. Oh, hey, handsome. You look so handsome. You look so cute. And she could even be sending you messages, hey, with like those million Y's. Instead of H-E-Y, it's like H-E-Y-Y-Y-Y-Y. Hey, how are you? You want to talk tonight? Hey, handsome. Because they know how that makes you feel. That's why. The whole reason why they're saying these things is because they know how it makes you feel. And because once you hear it, you're going to get all warm and fuzzy inside. You're going to be like, huh, she told me, hey, with a million Y's. So, I'm feeling some special type of way. No, man. The issue is you have to be cognizant of the fact that most women on these apps are trash. Yes, it's my experience, and it's a lot of men's experience. Most men on these apps are trash too, to be completely honest with you, on those dating apps, because they're on, serious dating apps for the purpose of getting marriage, but they actually are on it for sex, which is so goddamn backwards. But anyways, I'm just being honest with you. I'm not trying to go on a rant here, but I'm just trying to be realistic with you and show you how it actually is in the real world. This isn't La La Land. This isn't a fairy tale. This isn't where you're treated like one celebrity just because you're on the app and you look good and you have charisma, and then all of a sudden all the girls are gonna match with you, and all of them are gonna want to go out with you, and none of them are gonna flake on you. Trust me, man. I've seen it from experience. I've heard from other men who are good looking and who actually have their shit together. Even them, same thing. So the whole point of my story, man, is for you to just be careful, figure out a better avenue to navigate to meet women And also, you could stay on these dating apps if it's not gonna hurt you in any way, shape, or form, because you're, at the end of the day, you're just swiping from home, and just keep uploading better photos and, you know, better quality photos. But do that, put yourself out there in different areas like I'm going to do really soon, and then try to meet someone that way, because you never know at the end of the day, man, because meeting someone in person is completely different from meeting them on a dating app, especially when there's mutual interest already there, because that establishes some sort of familiarity. Instead of her scrolling on her phone, or swiping on her phone rather, and immediately there's nothing mutual between you and her, and she either says yes or no, literally either swipes right or swipes left. Even if you're a good-looking guy, oftentimes, oh, swipe left. I'm so used to swiping left, I'm just gonna swipe left on this guy. I don't know why. He looks like the same guy who bothered me a few months ago. I don't want that. Swipe left, swipe left, swipe left. You don't want to deal with that, bro.